Shalom, shalom. Israel is your brother Dagobah. Real quick lesson through the Spirit. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakudash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is the world in the cause Jesus Christ. The Rakakudash is the Holy Spirit, and the Holy in the Paleo Hebrew. There were honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, the elder prophets of Great Millstone who go well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, Lord, and let them continue to endure and be sincere. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that is scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, they can continue with the same spirit and endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwakim that are believers of this word. Lord willing, they can continue to pursue their lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in faith. We back at it again with Romans 11. I'm going to start at verse 16. And I'm going to dabble in the KJV and the NLT. Right? Verse 16. For if the first fruits be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches. What is that root? Our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Salaki. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When you read the NLT, and since Abraham and the other patriarchs were holy, set apart, their descendants will also be holy, just as the entire batch of dough is holy, because the portion given as an offering is holy. For if the roots of the tree are holy, the branches will be too. Right? And what does holy mean? Holy means set apart. It's Kodash. Right? Kodash means holy. Holy means set apart. Right? So these branches are set apart from all nations. Right? This is what makes them different. Right? Dropping down to verse 17, it says, if some of the branches be broken off, and thou, being a wild olive tree, wert grafted in among them, and with them partakers of the root, fatness of the olive tree. In the NLT, but some of these branches from Abraham's tree, some of the people of Israel have been broken off. Why? Because we fell into sin. We turned our backs on Yahweh Shema Shai and wanted to be an LGB 123 community, right? Committing adultery, killing. You know, we was slaying our own brothers and sisters, right? So these branches got broken off. It says, and you Gentiles who were branches from a wild olive tree have been grafted in. So now you also receive the blessing of God. The blessing God has promised Abraham and his children, sharing in the rich nourishment from the root of God's special olive tree. Right? The root is Yahweh Shai. The root is Yahweh Shai. A sidebar. St. John 6:44. Unless the Father draw you to Yahweh Shai, you know, how Yahweh Shai gonna raise you up in the last days, right? So the branches that fell off is not talking about any other heathen. This is talking about that holy bloodline, which is set apart. Jacob and Esau, they're separate. That Holy Spirit was in Jacob, not in Esau. That Holy Spirit was in Isaac, not Ishmael. The Holy Spirit was in Abraham. That same fire spirit wasn't in his father. This is Psalms chapter 80, verse 11 to 13. In the KJV it says, she sent out her boughs into the sea and her branches unto the water. Why hast thou then broken down her hedges, so that all they which pass by the way Dude, look at her. This is talking about Israel, right? Talking about the place, you know. But it is if it's talking about the place, it's talking about the people. It says the boar out of the wood doeth waste it, and the wild beast of the field doeth devour it. Right? Let's read that real quick in NLT. It says, we spread our branches west to the Mediterranean Sea. Our shoots spread east to the Euphrates River. But now, why have you broken down our walls, so that all who pass by may steal our fruit, Salaki? And the wild boar from the forest devoured it, and the wild animals feed on it. Right? And when you look, like, even though it could be animals that really went in our land, but you had nations that went in our land. You know, they seen that we fell. Lamentations chapter 5. Here we go. I'm gonna read this one first. Lamentation chapter 5 in verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand. We got up bread. So like again, we got bread with the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. They ravished the women in Zion, in the maids and the cities of Judah, right? These people came into our land, was raping the women. They came into our land pillaging temples, right? Especially when you look at Babylon captivity, Greek captivity, Rome captivity, even America, right? But that was going into the, when we go back to Psalms, that was going into the vineyard, you know? That's why the Lord said anybody that basically touch us, they touch the apple of Yahweh Shema Shai's eye. This is Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 16. The Lord Yahweh called thy name, a green olive tree, fair and goodly fruit. With the noise of a great tumult, he hath killed fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. And the NOT for you guys, it says, I, the Lord Yahweh, once called them a thriving olive tree, talking about the nation of Israel, because to see and full of good gifts, but now I have sent the fury of their enemies to burn them with fire, leaving them charred and broken. Right? What happened in 70 AD? From what they believe, August 30th, Vespasian, but his son, burned down the city walls. You know? See? Once called them a thriving olive tree. We were a thriving nation. You know? In tune with Yahweh Shema Shai. It's Ephesians chapter 2, verse 11. 11 to 13. It says, wherefore remember that ye, being in time past Gentiles in the flesh. Right? How? If people using this for other nations, how if they're naturally Gentiles? Naturally. You know? Other nations that's godless, moving into paganism, you know? But this is talking about Israelites. Plainly, especially with the first verse. Paul is talking about Israelites. This is a letter to Israelites. Wherefore remember that ye being in past time Gentiles in the flesh, who were called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh, made by hands. Talking about circumcising a man's Oscar Minor Winky, right? NLT, it says, don't forget that you Gentiles used to be outsiders. You were called uncircumcised heathens by the Jews, who were proud of their circumcision, even though it affected all their bodies, not their hearts, right? Their mind. It affected their body because that affliction of getting your foreskin cut off. Yeah, your foreskin cut off. Verse 12 in the KJV, it says that at that time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens, basically foreigners from the commonwealth of Israel, right? They were the commonwealth. What's the real wealth? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. It says strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without God in the world. In the NLT, just for you guys, it says, in those days you were living apart from Hamashiach. You were excluded from citizenship among the people of Israel, and you did not know the covenant promises God had made to them. You lived in this world without God and without hope. And that's another thing. We forgot our ways. Because when you look in some scriptures, some kids couldn't even say who their father was or where he descended from, because the more we got spoiled and defiled, the more the next generation that came, they didn't know the Lord, right? And let me just get a side precept, if I may. Going to the Old Testament, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, and also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord Yahweh, nor yet the works which he hath done for Israel. Right? Every time a new generation came, they didn't know the works of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, us as leaders, teachers, mothers, or fathers, we're not educating the next generation. You know, but we'll try hard to go get that money. We try hard to get a BBL. We try hard to sit on a man's lap. We try hard to go just to go get some Karuchi. But when have you went hard for Yahweh Shema Shai? But that's a beautiful thing, because we know the Lord did it. What did he say? God did. Yahweh Shema Shai put a strong delusion on us. You know? Verse 13, it says, but now in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach, right? We are far off, you know? And look at us now in this captivity. A lot of us had to come back in this truth another way. Our mothers, and a lot of us didn't have a mother and father to guide us in this thing. The Lord gave us spiritual fathers and leaders, you know, who actually took the time to edify us. But it was all Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know. And especially for the Gentiles, anybody feel anyway, you know, Yahweh Shai, his blood holds a lot of weight, you know. Just like these homosexual Fruit Loops, these murderers, drug dealers, niggas thinking that they gangster in the rap business, people on TV. For the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, you're covered by Yahweh Shai blood. But who on this side, only the elect is going to walk in the lot that Yahweh Shema Shai put in front of them, you know? And that's how you see it's still mercy on you 2/3 right now. Because none of y'all making sacrifice. Even if you came in this knowledge, you still couldn't. But that's just the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But you're going to be destroyed. Right? Read the NLT. It says, but now you have been united with Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Once you were far away from God, but now you have been brought near to him through the blood of Hamashiach. Now, we are in a different time now. A lot of us did not know none of this until the Lord put it on Abba Bibbins. Now that we back in this, it makes sense. Even though the elect men, starting with the 144,000, they're going to come back to their first love automatically, you know. But the men of the Lord is picking up the rest of the pieces, and it's all Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai moving in us. That power is coming back. First, we have to train our mind. first we have to have a desire for this, right? Let me get one more verse, and I'm about to go back to work. This is Romans chapter 11 and verse 18. It says, boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee, right? In the NLT, but you must not brag about being grafted in to replace the branches that were broken off. You are just the branch, not the root, right? The root is Yahushua. And what you shouldn't boast, because if the Lord broke them off, the Lord can break your stupid ass. This is about Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. A lot of us boast when it comes to the law. A lot of us boast what we doing in this thing. Lord willing, this is edifying and straight to the point. With that, Shalom, Yahweh speed.